In this episode, we are counting down the top 10 things we did in Grand Cayman. Stay tuned for turtles, devil worshipping, baby turtles, kangaroo lollipops, sunsets, rum samples, a special birthday, grasshoppers, stingrays trying to bite my thumb off, and even penetration. Starting off at number 10, let's go to Hell. Hell's an area of West Bay where there's this creepy-looking black limestone formation. Story goes that someone said this must be what Hell looks like, and well, the name stuck. While you're in Hell, visit the Devil's Hangout gift shop. Ivan, the owner, is quite the character, and spending a few minutes talking to him and browsing the gift shop is totally worth it. You can even buy and mail a postcard from Hell there. Wish you were here. At number 9, we rented a car and took a drive out to the East End. There were some cool stops along the way, and we spent the afternoon eating at Tucka, which is a really cool, kind of unusual Australian-influenced restaurant. We even had the kangaroo lollipops. Apparently they have a fantastic brunch on Sundays, too. The outside seating has a great view, and they have a little beach area where you can hang out. Really good food and definitely worth checking out. On the way back from East End, we took the north side of the island back and stopped at Starfish Point. It was a nice little beach area with starfish in the water. They have facilities there, and it would be a cool place to go and have a picnic or spend a couple of hours. A short drive from Starfish Point is Rum Point, which is a beautiful area with shops and quite a bit to do. Unfortunately, it was closed this time when we were there, and I believe is still being rebuilt after the last hurricane. Checking in at number 7 on our list is West Bay restaurants. We found some good restaurants with terrific views while we were in Grand Cayman. If you love dinner by the water, you're in luck. First place we checked out was Al Fresco, which is a short walk from our hotel. It has a nice deck right next to the beach with a fantastic view of 7 Mile Beach. They had a good menu with a lot of seafood, sandwich, pasta, and drink options. The service was good, the food was delicious, and the sunset was fantastic. We also ate at Macabuca a couple of times, which is a cool tiki bar restaurant right on the water. And if you feel like going diving or snorkeling after your meal, they've got steps down to the water where you can swim out and explore the marine life. And then for Maria's birthday, we had a fantastic meal and drinks at the wharf, where Maria fed the tarpon and we watched another beautiful sunset. Every time we visit an island, we always try to find a distillery to tour. It's a good time, and we're always looking to pick up tips when rum making for when we take off on a sailboat. The Cayman distillery was a lot of fun, and they were really generous with the samples, which always helps. Number 5 on the list is scuba diving. You probably know how much we love diving and might wonder why it's not higher on the list. Well, it was a couple things, really. I had cut my ankle really badly sailing the weekend before, so I was hobbling around and it made diving more difficult. Plus, a hurricane had passed the island just a week or two before, so there was quite a bit of broken coral and places where the reef looked like it had been put through a washing machine. That said, we still had some pretty fantastic dives. While we were in Grand Cayman, we dove with Dive Tech, and they were awesome. Because of the hurricane, things were still pretty slow on the island, and our first 2 days of diving, we were the only ones on the boat. So it was really cool just hanging with Joe and Raggy and the rest of the crew and getting to know them. They were really helpful with my injured ankle, too. They helped me kit up in the water instead of shuffling along in a rocking boat with all my gear on, then doing a giant stride in, which made it a lot less stressful on my ankle. If you know the YouTube channel Divers Ready, James did an entire video of diving with Dive Tech on the Kittiwake, and he was a big fan of them too. Check out his Kittiwake video. One of the coolest things about diving with Dive Tech is that Joe does the most amazing dive briefing drawings that I've ever seen, and she did them for every single dive. It's a great way to get a visual on where you're going to be diving. This is Trinity Caves, which was referenced in the movie The Firm when they were in Grand Cayman. Dive Tech has a great write-up on their website about the firm and all the details behind the locations and filming of the movie on the island. It's a great article. Check it out at divetech.com. One of the funniest parts is that Tom Cruise's character needs to keep Gene Hackman's character busy for a while, so he asks the dive operator how long they'll be out, and the dive operator says they're taking him to Trinity Caves, so it should be about 6 hours. Trinity Caves is actually about a 5-minute boat ride from the dock. So although my ankle limited the amount of dives that we were able to do this trip, I'd definitely go back and dive Grand Cayman again, and I'd absolutely dive with Dive Tech again. They were very professional, but also a lot of fun. Grand Cayman has a lot of good snorkeling spots that are super easy to get to. Maria found a ton of them that she wanted to check out. We snorkeled right in front of our Airbnb on 7 Mile Beach. We also went to Smith Cove. But the best one is probably Spots Beach, where we saw some pretty cool marine life, including stingrays, turtles, and flying gunnard. It's an easy snorkel, too. Just walk out into the water and dunk your head in. On one of our free afternoons, we went and visited the Cayman Turtle Center in West Bay. They have a huge pool with giant green turtles in it, an education center where you can see the turtle hatchery, a crocodile named Smiley, an aquarium habitat that they call Predator Reef, an aviary, and a butterfly house. It's a great way to spend a few hours or a full day. Number 2 on our list is diving the Kittiwake wreck. There's a lot of history behind how the Kittiwake ended up in Grand Cayman. It was launched by the U.S. Navy in 1945 and served as an auxiliary submarine rescue vessel. 2 of its more notable missions were when it supported the USS George Washington during the first successful firing of a Polaris missile from an underwater submarine in 1960, and it recovered wreckage from the Space Shuttle Challenger after it exploded in 1986, helping to find the cause of the disaster. The Kittiwake was decommissioned by the U.S. Navy in 1994. In 2008, the Cayman Islands bought her from the U.S. government, though the process started well before then. She was sunk in 2011 off of 7 Mile Beach after about 8 years of planning and making her suitable for sinking, including removing hazardous materials and cutting large holes in her hull to create swim-throughs. Although Hurricane Nate in 2017 moved the wreck and flipped it onto its port side, the ship is still in good shape and makes for a fun dive. The top of the wreck is only 15 to 20 feet below the surface, and it's only about 65 feet at its deepest point, making it an easy dive and even a fun trip for snorkeling. The helm is still intact and moves, and there's a turret on one of the decks. And let's just say we had a lot of fun with those. After we had some fun on the deck, it was time for the best part of any wreck dive, penetration. And the number one thing we recommend in Grand Cayman is Stingray City. Although the Kittiwake was probably a cooler experience overall, and you can snorkel it, it's mainly for divers. So as far as something that everyone can do, Stingray City was a blast. And yes, we did get the photo package.